What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm looking at my channel, my views, and I got 116 views on one video. It was like 3 days, whatever. Joe, he got 10 views in 15 minutes or 15 views in 10 minutes. He got like 32 views in his clip, and he's just like, and I was like, it just kept going up and going up, and I was like, what in the hell? 116 views on probably the most personal video that I'll do, which is amazing. But I guess it got shared a lot. I don't know, but that's a true story of wow. That's a trtrue story of how I grew up. And one guy said, "Man, you need to move on," and I do, and they're dead, so it don't matter if I move on or not. Not get into that. 116 views, 53, I think, subscribers, which just blows my stinking mind. But I like it. I love it. Thank you guys. Wow. Um, told you guys my buddy Charlie gonna come do an interview with me. Might be today, might be tomorrow. I don't know. But I'm gonna put him right over here. We might play guitar together. You never know about old wild Charlie. I'm gonna tell you about Charlie. Uh, if you know him, to know him is to love him. It really is. Uh, it's early enough. I'm drinking my sippy cup. Charlie, he pulled up here the other day, and he pulls up all times. It don't matter. Hell, he pulls up. He just sat there for a long time. And I'm not gonna mess with him. You know, hell, he wants to sit outside. He can come inside and sit here. I don't care. Come in the house, make him a sandwich. I don't care. So I walked out there and I looked, and man, I think I'm not gonna say he was crying, but I thought maybe he was crying. So I walked around there, and sure enough, he was just crying. I said, "Damn, brother, you okay?" He said, "Man, I'm really not." I said, "Well, shit." I jumped in. I said, "What's going on, man? You know, talk to me." He said, "I've been seeing a new girl." I said, "Well, I'd heard you got a new girlfriend." He said, "Man, Rod," said, "she is whoo-wee." That she is, and like, wow. I said, "Well, cool, good for you." I thought maybe they broke up. I said, "Y'all getting along?" He said, "Man, we're getting along almost better than anybody I've ever gotten along with." I said, "Well, hell, that's good." He said, "Man, I ain't playing." He said, "She can cook. She cleans. She makes sure my laundry. She makes sure I got new socks." I said, "Damn, she knows about that." He said, "Yes." I said, "Wow." He said, "Ain't nothing better than putting on a pair of new socks." I said, "Yeah, I've heard that." He said, "She makes sure they're right there." I said, "Damn." He said, "My dog is fed. My guitar's tuned. Dinner's ready. Hot bath ran." He said, "I'm getting to be older." I said, "Yeah." And he just starts crying again. I said, "Man, Charlie, it sounds like you got everything in the world going for you. What are you crying for?" He said, "Hell, Roger, I don't remember where I live. I can't find my way home." Oh, goofy son of somebody. God damn, he's goofy, y'all. Man, he's goofy. I drew him a little old map. I guess he made it home. I don't know. Golly. 116 views. I ain't gonna get no views. I keep telling stories like that. That didn't really happen, y'all. And Charlie ain't that old. He knows right where he lives. Golly. 116 views. Growing up, I grew up for a little while um, in Oklahoma City. I grew up a little while in Paris. I moved a lot. That goes back to being poor. Rents do, you move out. I'm not getting into that, but that's just part of the deal. Um, we grew up in Oklahoma City. I can take you right. I can take it. I found it the way I found it. It's amazing. You Google Maps, and I remember there's a railroad track about 2 blocks away. So I found the railroad tracks in Oklahoma City and just started following them until I found a familiar intersection, which is a store that's not there, and then I found my way back. Yeah, I can take you right now to where I used to live in Oklahoma City, and it's at the end of a street, a T. We lived right here, and there's like the hill come down, and in my mind it was a great big steep hill, and I remember getting stung by bees being over in the neighbor's yard. My mom said, "Well, you shouldn't have been in the neighbor's yard," but my friend Adam lived there, like right behind us, so I was seeing if he was home. literally walking past. The fence didn't come all the way to the street, so literally walked around the fence to his yard. No big deal. Got stung by bees, and that's what I got for leaving the yard, according to her. But I remember they had, man, I don't remember. It looked like a little caterpillar, but the hoses come out of it. And when you turn the water on, it would just, all the hoses would whip and spray, and oh, it's so much fun. And as a kid, you think, oh, that's fun. Man, I went to playing one of those. I got the kids when they were small. I went playing with that, where they're just running through and jumping. And I'm a full grown man at this point. I said, hell, I'm going to go play with it. I'm big enough you can jump plumb across it. I turn the water, but it's just spraying and kids just running around and jumping through it. Woo! So I get down low with them, I'm crawling and whack, got so much hits me. I said, God, that boy, I'm playing a little bit, go over, whack, hits me again. I'm like, I ain't putting up too much more of this shit. So I stand up. I think about weed whack my legs off. Like, that ain't no toy for no kids. You turn that water pressure up, I don't know how too high it is, but that sucker gets there and they're laughing and joking and playing, and I'm getting welted up like I got beat on, like with a switch. Man, that thing ain't even fun. I hurt for 2 days over that sucker. So I threw it away. Kid's like, where they got it broke? I don't know who designed it, but I remember my kids used to let me play in it all the time. I'm bored. Go play in a little, whatever, spraying thing, whatever. Oh, okay, yay. Hell, I'd come in beat twice as bad as if they beat on me. Think I had the time of my life. Took all the work away from them. A lot of truth to that. That was okay. See, Paris, we lived at, you know where South Main Iron is? We lived across from South, I don't remember beside a park, big, probably 6-story building. Told you about that. But there's a library, Caddy Corner. I may have told you about the library that we would go to. And I didn't know at the time, I love to read. And I don't even know how I wound up with this book. It terrifies me to this day. Bela Lugosi. They use his picture, Nosferatu or Dracula, whatever it was. I see the picture. I see it often now that I'm growing to understand it. Man, that sucker, like, I threw the book down and ran screaming home. That's how bad that black and white picture in that book scared me. Have no idea what the context was, why I was in it, horror, whatever, gore and Fantasia, I don't know. I flipped to that and it scarred my soul. I went back in the library with my kids about a year ago. Y'all gotta understand, this is 40 plus years later. Nothing's the same. I couldn't find that book, thank God. Probably wouldn't have ended good. So that was just different memories I had just growing up, different things. I mean, not bad at all. Obviously, the spray thing was a joke. It didn't hurt that bad. I'm like, man, what was I thinking, The new guy. This is going to take a minute. Oh. So I got hired at the fire department. You guys know I was hired August 7th, 2001. Yeah, that's before 9/11. Everybody wants to be a firefighter after 9/11. I want to be a firefighter my whole life. So I got hired August 7th, 2001. And there's a bunch of old guys up there, and I'm the brand new volunteer. And just being out of people. I knew their son or whatever. Played guitar with a couple of them. Just trying to make friends with everybody. So I'll go up there. And I walk in, and back then, we got off at 6 p.m. Well, they got off 6 p.m. So I got off work at 4. From the water department, I'd go up there, 4 to 6, didn't have kids. Wife at the time, she may have been working in the grocery store, whatever she was doing. So I had nothing to do. I lived right there pretty close. So I walked in, I sat down on the couch, and there's I don't even want to tell you his name. There was an older guy sitting there. I don't think he was captain. He was one of the middle rank, but he'd been there a while. So I said, hey, oh God, I hope I don't tell his name. I said, hey, man, what's going on? He says, oh, I'm in love. I said, wow, awesome. I'm glad to hear it. I said, hell, tell me about it. He said, this is let's say it was Thursday. Okay, yeah, let's say it was Thursday afternoon. He said, man, he said, I got me this girl. He said, she's perfect. She's beautiful. She's smart. She's talented. She's amazing. I get off work. She got dinner cooked. Uh, I eat dinner with her. She jumps up and does the dishes. She's got my bathwater in, puts me in a hot tub, rubs me down, whatever I want to do at night, wakes me up in the morning, got my breakfast ready, brings me my coffee in bed, my clothes is clean, my truck's filled up with gas, just on and on and on and on. I think I watched half of Maury Povich show while he was telling me about this old girl. Just amazing, amazing, amazing girl. I said, damn, he's quite a bit older than me, but, she's got to be at least his age. I said, damn, she got a sister? No, no, no. I said, she got a daughter, If somebody does all this, they got to, maybe. No, man, I'm so in love. I ain't never been this happy. I said, dang. I said, man, I'm glad to hear that. I said, it's Thursday. I said, well, how long y'all been together? Oh, this coming Sunday will be a week. I said, what? Yeah, this coming Sunday will be a week. He didn't make a week. They split up. Oh, Lord, they didn't even make a week. I didn't know this about him. He had several wives and hundreds of girlfriends. Man. he, he had at one point had got with a woman that lived right directly in front of the old fire department in those duplexes. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. Between the church and Mike Love's tire shop. He had found him an old girl over there. And they started having trouble. One of the other firemen, not going to get into names, this is all rumor. I wasn't there for none of this. This is just the stories that we tell. One of the other firemen would sit out there and play guitar and serenade her. Put her name in some of the songs he was singing. And then basically took that woman away from this guy I was telling you about by playing guitar and serenading her. Holy cow. I don't know that to be true. It's just rumors. But the same dude I was telling you about, deer season comes along. And I come in, I'm like, hey, fellas, anybody shoot any deer? He said, man, I shot a deer. He said, you ain't going to believe this story. He goes telling me about this old flatbed truck and how it's granny geared and how he was hunting on top of this old switchback and it just, curves and curves and curves and curves and curves and whatever. On the way down, he said, I saw this monster, had to have 16, 18 points on him, monster buck, 300-pound buck. I said, dang, that's a big buck, He said, oh, 300 pounds, easy. He said, I was driving along, so I was smoking a cigarette, listening to the radio, wasn't hardly paying no attention. Didn't really want to shoot nothing. I was just enjoying the day. I said, yeah. He said, but then it walked out in front of me. He said, it walked out and it wasn't 30 yards away. He said, boy, I locked up them brakes, come to it. He said, I ain't left-handed, but I had to shoot him left-handed. I grabbed my old 300, 303, 30. I don't know what he grabbed. He said, I hung out there left-handed. I was still going down the road, coming to him closer. I was trying to be quiet. He said, pow! He shot him right behind the shoulder. Left-handed shot, no scope. That was a pretty good shot. He said, boy, he bucked, he jumped, he took off down that hill, running. He said, well, I know right down there, it makes a good hard curve. He said, boy, he said, I caught second gear, took off. So I slid around. I just saw him he just jumped again. And he's going back down. He said, that road got another curve. It switches back all the way down. I said, yeah. He said, boy, and sure enough, I saw him. Now he's in the middle of the road. He jumped again. He said, this happened 4 or 5 times. I would see him as he ran. He said, man, I got to slow down because he's jumping slower and slower. I don't want to outrun him. He said, I got down about that 6th one, and I was looking. I thought, man, I done missed him. And then I saw him. He was right there. He hadn't jumped the road yet. He said, whoa. And I locked up the brakes and I was trying to guesstimate it. And sure enough, I guesstimated it right. He had one more little bit of life in him, and he jumped. He landed right in the back of that old flatbed, loaded himself up. I didn't know how I was going to load him and loaded himself up. I said, this might be the most amazing story I've ever heard in my life. He said, it gets better. I said, how could it possibly get better? They got down that switchback. Well, Tommy was doing all the switchback, turning that old flatbed 1-ton Ford or whatever he was driving. The deer's antlers had got hung up in the back of the truck, and most of him slid off. By the time he got all the way back done, the deer had done skinned itself up to the neck, and all he had to do all he had to do is cut it or gut it. It done skinned itself from riding and sliding and everything. He just cut what he wanted, set up on the back of the truck, cut the back straps out on the back of the truck. It's just right there ready for him. Y'all know how dumb I felt for sitting there listening to that whole story, believing most of it? Yeah. I'm not going to say it never happened because I wasn't there. Whew. It makes for a good story. And he's passed, dead and gone. I'll never be able to ask him about it. But it wasn't long after that. Talking about deer story. I said, well, hell, so and so. And they said, you believe anything he says? Anything he says. Anything he says. It wasn't long I started paying attention. No, I didn't believe nothing after that. But he was an excellent, excellent storyteller. And I was a new guy. Yeah. 1711. Oh, Lord. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Yeah. I'm not running out of stuff to say. I've just been real, real busy. Trying to think what I'm going to do and just generally having a good time in life. All right. You guys check in because you don't never know what's coming next. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Tell your friends. 53, 56, whatever. Eventually, I plan on having more videos that have subscribers. And then I would have been there now, but I got a pretty good boost in subscribers. Leave a comment. I'll try to answer it, or I will answer it eventually. Hit subscribe. See you guys.